Hello friends, welcome back to Learn to Get Tutorials. Here is the sixth video in our Jenkins tutorial series, in which I am going to talk about scheduling jobs on Jenkins for manual and automated build. That will include what are the different ways we can trigger a job, when to use and how to use it with a demo. Links related to this tutorial series and documents will be mentioned in the description. You can make use of it. And these are the topics we are going to cover throughout this Jenkins tutorial series. Also, we will add more topics in the future. Before getting into the topic, just a small request to those who are watching this video from our YouTube channel for the first time. We have already uploaded a lot of videos and series on Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes and other technologies too. Please have a look. If you are interested in learning, do subscribe now and click nearby bell icon for more interesting and useful videos. Let's get started. On Jenkins, whenever we create any jobs, we must decide and configure how do we want that particular jobs to be triggered. Like, are we going to run the jobs manually or the job should be triggered automatically based on time intervals or based on any events from your remote repository. So let's quickly see those options. On every job, there must be an option called build triggers, where you can find similar options. Even you could see more options if you installed more plugins. Out of these options, in real time, we primarily used build after other projects are build periodically, or some kind of SCM polling. Let me quickly go through these options. The first option is trigger build remotely, which means you may have some scripts on your server or any other repository that will send a request to this Jenkins through HTTP or HTTPS protocol. The second option is build after other projects are built, which means this job will be built after any other jobs are successfully completed or failed based on the success status. So this will come under downstream jobs and we will discuss this topic in the next video. The third option is build periodically. Build periodically is nothing but this job will be triggered based on some specific time, simply like a cron job schedule. For example, if I want this job to be triggered for every minute or every hour, then we have to enable this option and we need to specify the time. For example, if I want to run this job to be triggered for every minute, then I must define the values. So on cron job, there will be a default 5 values to specify your minute, then hour, then day of the month, which is 1 to 31, then month 1 to 12, and finally day of the week. And even if you specify any values over here, then it will quickly tell you when it has run and when it is going to be run. This is scheduling the jobs for automated builds. Then we have two more options. That is because I have installed a Git plugin. With the help of that plugin, I have got these options. So GitHub hook trigger for Git SCM polling. And one more option I have, that is Poll SCM. So actual difference of build periodically and Poll SCM is build periodically doesn't care about anything. It will keep on run the job based on the time period you have given. It doesn't know the remote repository or your job has any new changes or not. Simply it will run your job for the specified time period. If I go with Poll SCM, specify some time period like every minute. On that case, it will go and check your SCM, but it will not run. Only if there is a change, then only the job will be triggered. If you want to schedule your job to be run periodically, either you can go with build periodically or Poll SCM. Build periodically is the inbuilt scheduling option, not this Poll SCM. This has come from my Git plugin. So GitHub hook trigger for Git SCM polling. SCM polling is nothing but whenever there is a changes happened on your remote repository. For example, this is my Git repository where if I'm making any changes, then the event will be notified to a Jenkins. But if I enable build periodically is go and check from the Jenkins to a remote repository. If I enable any hook trigger, then your remote repository will send the events to the Jenkins. So how do I enable this hook trigger? Simple. Go to your remote repository. There should be an option to specify a webhook trigger. If I go to my settings on my remote repository, there is an option called webhooks. Here you can add a webhook. But the problem here is my Jenkins is on my local host, but I am using GitHub that is on the public repository. In order to give a request from this public repository to my local host, I must have some API or endpoint that should be communicated with HTTP. If not, you cannot communicate to a Jenkins. If I didn't select any of these build triggers, then that job will be considered for manual build. Let me select this build periodically and a scheduling for every minute I want this job to be running. Just click on this apply. Here, if you see, my build steps are to build Docker image, the image to my Docker Hub. Apply and save. Let's wait for a minute. As of now, I have 6 builds in the history. There is a job automatically have started. Click on this job and go to console output. So it is building my Docker image and pushing the image to my Docker Hub, and it is completed successfully. Go back to the job, and if you see, before this job has completed, the other job has started. That is because I have scheduled the job for every minute. So it is not a good idea to run the job every minute. It should be either 30 minutes or 1 hour based on your changes happens on your remote repository, not every minute. Let me cancel this one. Let me go back and configure the job again to show you the other option called Poll SCM. Let me remove this and click on Poll SCM, and again I'm going to use the same every minute. Click on apply and save. So I have enabled the Poll SCM and I have given for every minute, but still the job has not started because there is no new changes on my Git repository. So I have already have my repository on my local and I have checked out to the branch develop, and these are the files. And this is my remote repository. I'm going to make a small change just to show you the Poll SCM trigger. Simply I open this file, just delete the line. Committed my change. Let me push my change to my remote branch. As soon as I have pushed my change to the remote branch, you can see there is a new job scheduled, that is tech. Just click on this, go to console output. You can go through this logs. Here you can see the message I have given while committing the change, remove hash. So Poll SCM, and this is the difference of scheduling the build. Either you can go with build periodically or you can go with Poll SCM. So the job is completed and it won't run again until there is a change on my remote repository. This job will not be. So we need to decide which kind of option will be suit for our job. That's it. Hope you have got an idea how we schedule jobs on Jenkins for both manual and automated builds. See you in the next video. Till then, keep practicing and have fun.
How did you feel? Is it helpful? Appreciate our efforts in the comment section below. Hit like button, share with your friends about us, subscribe our channel to get further updates. Stay connected with us on social networking sites. For more free tutorials, visit our website www.learneticguide.net.